everyone. Welcome to my podcast, Construction Tech-Tics. I'm your host, Tarika Jain, co-founder and business head at Encircle Tech. I'm absolutely buzzed to bring you another exciting podcast today. This series is all about celebrating incredible women who are shaking things up in ConTech. And believe me, you are in for something special today. Meet Ponk Memoli, a change maker in construction technology, construction industry. She's an award-winning architect with 24 projects and 12 international awards. A visionary entrepreneur with over a decade of experience in architecture and technology. As co-founder and CEO of Hatch, she revolutionizing how we design buildings together. Congratulations, Pong. I just read that Hatch is one of the winners of Newable's London Open Program 2024. How does it feel like?
I'm excited, like buzzing, really. Good to be recognized and a small step at a time. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, wonderful. We are so thrilled, so excited to have you on our podcast today. So we would love to start hearing your story from being an architect to co-founding and leading a new initiative, Hatch. What's an amazing journey? What sparked your interest in this domain and how did Hatch come to life?
First of all, thanks you so much for having me like today. So my journey from architecture to like co-founding Hatch it has been quite an adventure, a fun one, I think, filled with challenge and of course rewarding up and down, like normal. So back like before, so I know I wanted to be an architect since I was 8. So I told my mom like I want to design my own home, and that's why I like my like goal is always so clear of like I want to be an architect. So I originally trained and worked in Bangkok, Thailand at Aydin Architect, which I absolutely love. Like at Aydin, I have so many opportunities to design buildings from start to finish and be able to see like design move from paper, and become someone like home is really incredible, like fulfilling. But as rewarding as it is, it's come with its own challenges. Like for example, one of the project I led, like KA House, has encountered so many up and downs, like everything from delays, miscommunications. Like tell you more about it. It's like I decide something that like we offset the column to avoid the aluminium in the corner of the house. And then the builder misread the plan, which is okay, it's happened. But because it's a physical building, you can't just click delete it, which means we kind of need to like face with that and just fix the problem as it is. Um, like today, no one can see that defects, but as a designer, I can. So I feel like, oh my God, like I see that all the time, every day. So despite all this issue, like the house still like went on to win awards and become a like beloved home for the owner. But like these kind of impacts is what really drive me. Yeah. And like kind of seeing this challenge of like how I need to communicate with the owners, builders, like the difficulties in collaboration across different stages of construction is really highlight the need for better tools. Yeah, that's mhm.
Oh, yeah, I mean it's really everyday pain of, an architect. I can totally correlate and your decade-long experience as an architect, speaks the volume. I can I can
It's
imagine.
like
Yeah,
like pain and joy,
pain and joy.
in the same
Speaking of Speaking of joy, Pong, and tell me, I think that pain led to some joyful journey. So, tell me more about how Hatch came in life.
Yeah. So like Michele is like has seen me struggle so much like with this issue throughout like my career really. And his background is in UX and tech. So like
Mm-hmm.
he's worked at like big tech like BBC, Google, and running a design agency for like a decade, like 12 years. So he kind of like, okay, we must do something about this. So we thinking about this. We decided we had a unique opportunity. So I'm as a like I think I bought the expertise. So like I'm from the industry, and he's know how to create great design journey, like just improve how we use the tool. So we feel like we had an unique opportunity to create something really special, and that's how Hatch was born. So we aim to bridge the gap between AEC professionals like myself and everyone else that evolve in the building life cycle. Yeah.
So tell me more about Hatch. How is it helpful? Who's the user of Hatch?
Yeah. So first, we just focus on architect as our starting point because um, if you look at the building life cycle, the start of the building is the design of the building. Architects, engineer, we draw details, plans for buildings. So we hold the key of the building data. With Hatch, we wanted to like usually the building data, we even the sophisticated data that we draw or made during the design phase, the construction phase, and then when the construction ends, it's kind of like it's feel like it's never existed before. No one get hold of that data anymore. Even we have the as-built drawing, not everyone have an access to those things. So like homeowner, for example, they move in to the building that just finished. They don't they couldn't get an access to like where the pipe are, where the cable are, which means if they want to renovate or even DIY, like put a photo frame on it, they do the wall, and then oops, it's a cable. So we want to make that like the data of the building, the use of it is continue throughout the building life cycle, and especially the building live for 40, 50 years, many generations as well. So that, yeah, that's our mission to make building data easy to access for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so relatable, you know. I live in a house which would probably be 70, 80 years old,
Yeah.
and I don't have drawings. You know, I don't have access to any data, and it's so challenging. We can't do any extension. We can't, we have to, get a new drawing, or we have to have a surveyor to come and, recreate the entire drawing. So
Yeah.
I think Hatch is wonderful uh, to adopt, especially
Yeah.
for the architects who are designing and sharing the data with homeowners, and for
Yeah.
homeowners who reluctantly just take over the house, and then they don't have access to drawings. They think that, oh, I can't have drawings because I can't open
Yeah.
it. So a friendly
Yeah.
user friendly format that they can access to, it's I think it's good. So really big shout out and call out for architects who are designing, please use Hatch. For homeowners, please ask for Hatch from your
Yeah.
architects.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So
That. Thank you.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Mhm.
And you spoke about working with your husband. It's something, totally relatable. I am also a founder, and I work with my husband and our companies in Circle Tech, and we started together. So I know the first-hand feeling of, business and family life, and it's up and down.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah. Yes.
But it sounds like you both have combined your expertise, architecture meeting tech leadership. Tell me more about how this journey has been, balancing work and life. Any
Yeah. I'm
stories?
Yeah, as you know, I mean, because you have firsthand experience, like working together has been both wonderful, wonderful thing, and also challenging, like really challenging. It's not just about being husband and wife, right? I think it's about bringing together complementary
Mhm,
skill that we have. So
mhm,
we have the shared goal. We bring our skill like on the table, That's the most important. Trusting and relying on each other completely in like a professional capacity is truly really empowering for me. But of course, it's come with its own like compromise challenges. Like most of our conversations tend to be about work. Like I think 97%. And like sometimes even like waking up in the middle of the night, like I was like, oh my God, forgot to send an email. Or like, oh my God, there's a bug in the system. Like that happened like all the time. Um, which is like, okay, we try, but we learn like it's crucial, like, to manage this the time and our energies as well. And we try to make sure that we include downtimes, like activities. Like recently, we do routine exercise together to try to like, okay, stop work and exercise, or we go for a walk in the past and we do it like every other days. Um, but that being said, the walk in the park can turn to be a work discussion as well. It's just a continual effort really to maintain the balance. Yeah, we're trying, as you imagine.
Yeah, I can totally get it, At on one side, it feels like your pains and your gains are
Yeah,
totally relatable to your partner. So your partner can understand your pains, your gains. You can, you can, tuck in your failure together. You can enjoy your
yeah,
success together. The partner
yeah,
can really relate to,
yeah,
because
yeah,
your partner is from the same work
yeah,
environment, but at the same time you're just in that environment all the time.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Just can't escape. It's like home and work the
Yeah,
same.
but yeah, it's rewarding when you see something
Mm,
really coming up with
mm,
with your passion and your partner. If something gets really see a success, it feels like, oh, this is my baby. This is what we did
yeah,
together. The
yeah,
pleasure of seeing something growing together. It's amazing
yeah.
and it's rewarding.
Definitely, it's like you is my inspiration. Like you did it.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm still doing it and I'm still learning it and I'm still, you know, trying to make it better and better every day. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you founded Hatch Pong, and so with Hatch, you see AEC industry has gone through some big
Mm,
shifts. You know,
yeah.
what was industry like when you started, and how it has evolved, any exciting development that you see in this transformation?
Yeah. So like, well, when we start Hatch is in 2022. So at
Mhm.
that time, web technology has evolved to a point where it could handle like complex tasks like building design, complex of like geometries, thing like that. So these timing was crucial for us. So it's like, okay, we want to do web app, which means the web technology need to be ready, need to be powerful enough. So the pace of technology's adoptions has only accelerated since then, I think. Um, Particularly with the rise of machine learning, AI is a thing now, which has sparked like a great discussions and like a bit of divided discussion in the AEC industry as well. So it's like it's thrilling to see more openness to adopting these technologies, which is aligned with our goal at Hatch to enhance productivities, because we believe that machine learning and AI can help with that and like focus on what matter most, which is design. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's fascinating, Pong, because timing is everything, and I
Mm,
believe in it. It's exciting to see how, you're talking that machine learning and new tools are shaking things up. Machine learning is, I think, shaking up everything in our life, from
yeah.
our personal way of working or our professional way of working, everything. And I'm talking in a positive way, definitely. So I'm sure Hatch is also using machine learning, and being on
Mm,
web, it gives you an advantage that it is, you can share the data easily. People can
yeah.
access the data easily. So bang on, you're on the right time. And
Yeah.
for us, adopting new tools sometimes feel a leap of faith, feels like a leap.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
it's like you have been navigating through all these changes and, talking about adopting new tools and technology. These days, there are a lot of discussion around the idea of bringing building data into life.
Yeah.
So tell me more about, how has this been, your experience? Are people adopting? What challenges you're
Mm.
feeling? Building data is the gold mine in the construction industry these days. So
Yeah.
how has
Yeah.
been your journey with Hatch?
Yeah. So like I mentioned before, like our main single goal at Hatch is to make building data easy
Mm-hmm.
to access for everyone involved in
Mm-hmm.
the building life cycle, which is like the life cycle lasts so long, like 50 years really. So like from initial drawings by architects and engineer to eventually homeowners who need access to this information for maintenance, like DIY renovations, as you mentioned with your own home. So like today, a lot of these valuable data get lost. Like no one can get access to floor plan, even is super details. You build a home, is super details drawing. And like it's get lost over time, which lead to costly works. So like if by simplify this how the data can
Mm-hmm.
be accessed or used, we believe that we can improve how people interact with their living space, which means it's easy for them to adapt their home to perfect suit or fit for their future need, making building smarter, more energy like um, safer or more sustainable. So it's like more adaptable to our needs for the future. Yeah. Mm.
It's such an important point about how, building data gets lost over time. And I mentioned it to you before. And the pain I have, I can correlate. It's amazing to think of how much, more connected we could be with our homes if the information is available on
Mm,
fingertips. I can really correlate if my, home information is available. I can have I mean, you on my
yeah.
smartphone, I can have, home appliances fitting better. I can really imagine
Mm,
if I'm buying any new appliances,
mm,
matching the dimensions of it. If I want to
yeah.
extend it, any
Yeah.
kind of renovation and maintenance, it's so super easy if my plan is on my fingertips.
Yeah. Mm,
you know and
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
speaking of connections, the relationship between AC professionals, like architects like you, or builders and engineers, and non-professional like us, homeowners, it can be, sometimes a little, disconnected, you know
Yeah.
what do you think is a missing link, and how can we, how are you making it better?
Mm. So like the main issue here is like the lack of tools that bridge the gap between complex architecture software, BIM, CAD, and everything, and the homeowner what homeowner needs. Like homeowners like seeing tools that architects use or AEC professional use, it's like, oh my God, this is I don't know where to start. So that like the homeowner needs something that's simple, easy to use, that fit into their daily life without like requiring years of like learning or special knowledge or something. So at Hatch, we are focused on creating the solutions that not only powerful but intuitive, easy to use, which mean like they can adapt or get building data whenever they need. Um, we want to like be the home manual, something that when you sell your property, you can pass it on to the new owner. You can look at the history of what has been done to your building, which means it needs to be easy to use because it's not just professional that interact with those data. Homeowner might buy something, repaint the wall, or fix something in between of living in the building. So that's something that I like we want to focus and we want to make it connected. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you're very right. It has to become a standard, somewhere I
Mm.
feel Hatch has a very deeper meaning for, our everyday life.
Yeah.
It has to become, it has to be, passed on as an
Mm,
asset from one owner to another owner. So somewhere I believe that, UK government is acknowledging, and that's how your initiative has been rewarded, because I believe at some point of time government will make it
mm,
as a standard when
yeah.
you are getting a
Yeah.
house ownership or when
Yeah.
you're passing the ownership.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that, like in the past, when your car broke down, you don't really know. You need to take the car to the service to figure out what actually broken. And these days, it just you have a digital logbook, which is like you can know exactly where things are or what broken.
Yeah.
Um, so the house is more permanent and lasts really long. So it must be something to help with that. So like the building can, can last longer even. Yeah. Mm.
Wow. Yeah, that's such a correlatable example. You're right. For
Mm.
cars and for other appliances, we get a digital manual. Now these days we have got such advanced technologies to dive into appliances or dive into automobile. Everything is
Yeah.
becoming digital. So, why not our houses? Why not,
Yeah.
you know, which is more permanent, which is more long lasting, which has
Yeah. Like,
saving of our entire life.
yeah. Yeah. My widest dream. I want to get that. So like,
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I wish this
yeah.
dream comes true very soon.
Yeah. Mm.
With everything moving digital, how important do you think is for architects, to embrace digitization in their designs and processes? Do you think architects are are really up for this technological change? Are they adopting
Mm.
it? What's your experience?
Mm. Embracing digitalizations, I think, is crucial, like for unlocking potential of design data. Like why, architecture industry, AEC industry is known for being conservative and a bit slow to adopt. But there's a like noticeable shift happening. I think younger generations of architects or AEC professionals are more willing to integrate technologies to their workflow, which is really a positive side, really. Technology from, I mean, other industry, adjacent industry, like digital design, UX, are also making their way into the architecture process, which show like a growing appetite for innovation and it's help our industry as well. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure sometimes a new technology takes time
Yeah.
to it, but once you adopt it, it would very quickly becomes way of life.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and similarly, it must be the case with homeowners also. I'm sure you must have some homeowners who are like, early adopters, and some
Yeah.
going to really take time and, observe
Mm.
if everyone is adopting, then I'll definitely adopt.
Yeah.
But Hatch is
Yeah.
really powerful, and I believe in it. And I'm sure people who are listening to this conversation will really quickly check Hatch and subscribe to it.
Thank you. Yeah. I
You know,
hope. Yeah. Yeah.
and as an entrepreneur, you have probably seen highs and lows and everything in between. What has been your
Mm.
biggest learning so far? What advice do you have for other entrepreneurs who are listening to this conversation or will listen to this
Mm.
conversation later?
Yeah. Well, I think in the past few years, like the biggest lesson has been that resilience is key. Like starting any startup, any business ventures, evolve like a multitude of opinions and advice, but really focusing on what you can build and improve upon is what will carry you forward. So like for anyone, like aspiring entrepreneurs, anyone who want to do anything, like my only advice is to start small, learn from every failures and persist because like the journey is not only about chasing success, it's more about the determination of keep pushing forward to that.
Yeah, that's a solid advice. Starting small and learning from each step sounds like, a better approach, in my opinion, as well. And
Yeah,
it's clear that, resilience is a huge part of entrepreneurial journey. I have myself gone through it. It's been, 12 years.
yeah,
You really need to believe something big is happening and you need to stay on course. Howsoever
yeah,
difficult it is, you need to just stay on course.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
The
and
success is there.
yes,
Yeah,
success is there. And
yeah.
especially in this construction industry, which moves
Mm.
really slowly, you really need to be patient.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Mm.
it's encouraging to, share your, feelings with another entrepreneur and hear that
Yeah,
we are going through similar,
yeah.
situations, and perseverance and resilience is the key. Is the key.
Mm.
I was told by someone who advises me that Tarika, have patience, have
Yeah,
patience. Things are going to come, be in line.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I would give you the similar advice, that sometimes patience
yeah.
is the key to success.
Mm. Mm. Really, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So, speaking of speaking of innovation, Pong,
Mm.
you mentioned about AI. Have you used AI or you're planning to use AI in Hatch?
Yeah, definitely. If it's like the only goal is to make it easy, the building data easy to access, which means connecting thing, linking thing, having AI agent assistant that help navigate and manage documentations. That what we um like working on integrated with. Yeah, definitely. Like it's important. Like now it's more like, yeah, it's become a norm now. You must
Yeah.
have that. But also just not just to have it, just to have it. It's have
Mhm.
it to just help something, help it contribute to the goal you want to reach, I think. Yeah.
And speaking of goals, Pong, what do
Mm.
you see yourself in next 10 years?
I feel like still moving the needle in the next 10 year. I truly believe in I think Hatch is not just like a business, it's also my belief in life as well. I believe in I love architecture and I want architecture to be more accessible in
Mm-hmm.
every single way, which means like in the next 10 years, if I'm not doing Hatch, I'm still doing something similar that
Mm-hmm.
contribute toward that goal. So making people understand architecture more, helping people value the great design of architecture that help improve their living. So that would be something that, yeah, I'd love to see. In the next 10 years, I hope Hatch can be home manual, something that you pass on when you sell house and is come with your deed or your land registry. Yeah.
I truly wish that, Hatch becomes part of our lives and I need it.
Yeah.
So, so I truly believe in that. And I wish, this coming 10 years are, gonna be as exciting as the last 10 years have been for you.
Yeah.
Could you share, some mantra or guiding principle that helped you
Mm.
get success in this field?
There's a principle that I truly believe in is to focus on actions that move the needle. No matter
Mm-hmm.
how small, it might feel small at a time, but it's a compound effect. So and keep progressing is the most important thing. There's a mantra that I had recently, like resonated with me. It's like
Mm-hmm.
they not that much better than us, and we
Mm-hmm.
not that much better than them. So it's a reminder, like to myself, that whether you are starting out or leading in your field, there's always room for growth and improvement. Yeah.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank you. It really puts things into perspective, and especially in this, competitive industry, there's always room for growth. We should always keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And focusing on such small action is a great reminder that, every step matters, every step counts.
Mm,
and
Yeah,
it's
truly.
is growth. Yeah. So thank you, Pong, for your valuable advice. And it's been absolute delight having you on the podcast. Your insights into, your plans on, building design and making it a everyday manual for homeowners, for architects to pass on, the innovative ideas that you are hoping to bring in Hatch, and bridging the gap between architects and homeowners and building owners is really amazing. And I wish you all success. And I'm confident that, listeners who are listening this conversation, especially architects and homeowners, please go and subscribe to Hatch, use it, and give a feedback to Pong.
Yeah.
Give your heads up, thumbs up to Pong that it makes sense. Like I feel, it makes total sense to me. Uh, and to all my amazing listeners, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode like as much as I did. At Encircle, we are passionate about driving innovation in AC industry and creating solutions that make a difference. So Pong's vision for accessible building data, building design, and her relentless drive to bring the change in the industry is truly inspiring. And we like working with such people who are, pushing the boundaries of construction tech. Last but not least, as a lead of Women in Construction Tech UK chapter, I'm constantly innovated by the incredible women like Pong who are reshaping the landscape of our industry. Our goal is to foster this community where women can share their experiences, ideas, and drive future for construction together. If you share this passion for advancing the field, would love to have you join our community. Our community is growing. Don't forget to subscribe. And at the end of this video, there'll be a QR code. Please scan that QR code and join our community. Can't wait to catch up for the next episode in this podcast. Stay tuned, stay hungry, stay innovative. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.